If you being honest, you speaking your truth, you raising an issue causes somebody to feel attacked, that is basically them saying, you can't stand up for yourself. You are not allowed to back your own corner. You are not allowed to advocate for yourself. That's essentially what they're saying. I don't want to hear people say, yeah, but it's the way they do it. That is a secondary issue. How you raise the problem is a secondary issue to the initial problem that was raised. So let's clear that up for now. If they feel attacked, they are basically saying that they would much rather you sit in silence, you be inauthentic, you not speak your truth, you not try and mend the relationship, than to have their ego hurt, than to have to reflect and face themselves, than to try and improve the relationship. They are essentially choosing their ego and the protection of their ego in exchange for your silence, instead of the relationship, instead of your connection. I always think about this. The thought of me being hurtful or doing something disrespectful or anything like that towards one of my friends, I would be fucking mortified, and I would want to rectify the situation right away. I would want to talk it through, and I would want to hear them out because I care about them. People that don't care about the relationship will try and push for your silence, will try and get you back down in your box, will not want you to advocate for yourself, will not want you to speak your truth, will require your silence because that protects their ego. So by that, they're choosing their ego and their idea of themselves more than they are the relationship. And they are not good people. They are toxic people who, frankly, do not deserve mature relationships. Honest and good and high quality relationships mean that both parties can be honest with each other. Both parties can raise issues. Both parties can have different opinions. Clearly, if somebody requires your silence, doesn't want you to speak up, or feels attacked when you do, that's their ego speaking, and therefore not the care for the friendship. The quality of your relationship from that very moment that you discover that they're going to react like that, you know that quality is shit. You know that they're not a good friend. Sorry, but people like that aren't good friends, because in order to have friendships, there needs to be a power dynamic where they are superior compared to the other person. It does not work on balanced terms, because if it did, then they would feel okay with somebody being honest with them, just like they're honest with other people. But they don't want that. What they want is somebody who's inferior and somebody who they can be disrespectful to with no consequence. They can be honest with, but they don't want to have honesty reciprocated. There's no reciprocation there. It's transactional for them. They're users, they're manipulators, and they're people that prefer you when you're silent, and they prefer you when you do not stand up for yourself, because that makes them safe. That keeps their ego safe.